So you're thinking about making the move to Lakewood, Ohio, but you want to know the pros and the cons, the good and the bad. Well, in this video, we're going to take a deeper look because we get calls all the time from people just like you, wondering if this is going to be the right fit for them and their family. And if you want to know even more, schedule a call and we can break it down even more on the real estate side of things to really make sure that Lakewood is the right spot for you, or maybe it's one of the surrounding areas. But for now, we're going to get into the video and we're going to talk about the pros and cons of Lakewood, Ohio. If this is the first time on the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Cleveland, Ohio, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you can get the notifications and be the first to know about the current market here in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Kip Sweeney, living in Cleveland with Mancuso Homes, and we get calls by people every single day looking to move to Cleveland, Ohio, but they're trying to find the right fit for themselves, and we're happy to help and assist in those needs. So feel free to contact us. My contact information is in the description below. We'll be happy to make sure that you have a smooth transition here, whether that's within the city or that's moving from out of the state. We'll be happy to make that transition as smooth as possible. But otherwise, let's go ahead and talk about Lakewood, Ohio, dive deeper into the pros and cons. So Lakewood, Ohio has a great community feel, which is one of the pros. You have farmers markets, you have festivals, a sense of belonging, which is really great and unique to the city. You have also a lot of small business owners in the area and each other just supporting one another, which is really, really unique and very cool to the city and to the surrounding areas. But what's really nice is that it's not congested with commercial stores and restaurants. And sure, you do have some of that in some of the areas, but you have a lot of new and trendy spots. You have a lot of interesting restaurants and things that are from locals here that maybe they have one or two or possibly three restaurants or businesses scattered around the area or around Cleveland, Ohio, but they're still local and they're still from here. So they have the community spirit and they really give, which is very, very nice, very fantastic. So I wanted to revisit the community aspect because Lakewood, Ohio does have a great, vibrant art scene as well, which is pretty cool, pretty unique. Whether that's theater or live music, or even just wanting to go to a food truck community event, So there's actually a spot on the weekends where food trucks come to the same spot. It's different food trucks every weekend and every day, but they go to that spot and you just kind of go and you get to test it. It's like a la carte food and you just really get to try different things. It's a really nice, very cool social hangout that is, I think, unique to the area as well. But along with that, whether it's the live music or the live arts that you want to see, you'll be able to find that as well. But it just frequently, a lot of local artists show off their work at these different galleries, these different spots that Lakewood hosts, which makes it unique for people to try to either, make a name for themselves, to get their work out there, or just to be a part of something and to be social, which is really, really cool. So along with the community feel, another pro is the accessibility. It's just west of Cleveland, and it's very easy to get downtown from there, which is very nice so that you don't have to live downtown to work there, and you don't have to take this daunting drive every day, which is very, very nice. But along with that, you can also get around Lakewood pretty easily via bike, or you can walk, which is very unique actually to a city here in Cleveland or surrounding Cleveland, because Lakewood does have their own bike lanes, which is very nice. It's something that you don't really see too much around Cleveland. Typically, they're just in the street, or you have some people going on the sidewalks. So it's very nice that people can get around, they can choose to walk or bike, they just can get out, go to the parks very easily. Everything is very accessible, which is great and very unique to Lakewood as well. So I mentioned the bike paths, I mentioned easy access to Cleveland, Ohio and to downtown. However, something else that's very unique is the recreational opportunities. So Lakewood is actually bordering, it's just, south of Lake Erie. It borders it. You can get condos if you'd like on Lake Erie and be looking at the beautiful lake. But what happens is you also have easy access to get onto the lake if you want to go kayaking in the summer, or if you want to, get to the beach. We have, yes, a beach. It's called Edgewater Beach, and it's very unique in the sense that you wouldn't expect it to be here in Cleveland, Ohio. It's definitely crowded, but they do have some unique opportunities there where you're able to kind of grill out. You can take and have a picnic there. You can do things of this nature where it's just something different. But to get there is very easy from Lakewood. They border one another. So it's very nice to have that. But if you don't want to go to the beach, if you don't want to go swim in Lake Erie, you can also go to the many parks that are in Lakewood. And again, you'll always find them very nearby, no matter where you are within Lakewood. So if you don't have a favorite one, you can easily walk or bike to these on a daily basis, which is very nice. So you don't have to drive to just one. You don't have to drive, or you don't have just two to choose from. You could choose what's closest to you, or you can go around exploring them all and really just find what is the best fit for yourself. Now, as a real estate agent, I can't go too in-depth on all of this for you, but schools, are they good or bad? Well, Lakewood is known for good schools, and of course you can go ahead and do your research on niche to really check that out, but they're known for having good school system and being very diverse in their school system as well. So special education or just public schools or charter schools, whatever it may be, you're gonna be able to find the right fit for your family. Now, let's talk a little bit about the housing, because the housing actually can lead to a pro and con simply because it's pretty diverse. It has old architecture mixed with new, modern stuff, modern apartments, modern townhomes. A lot of the houses that you're gonna see, they are on smaller lots. So one of the cons, you're not gonna find a huge yard and you're not gonna be on a wooded lot either. But along with that, the home is gonna be a little older. Some updated, sure, but some of them you might get with the original hardwood floor that creaks a little bit, or some might not even have a ground floor bathroom. So these are things that need to be taken into consideration when you do think about this. And along with that, another con that can come with this old style is that a lot of people park on the street. So you do have a lot of street parking, and some of these streets, and again, this can be a pro or a con, come with very tree-filled streets, or some of them are very, very open, not as many trees, and allow all that light to kind of come through. Now, you can find a vast range of homes and different prices here in Lakewood, Ohio, but you're going to pretty much have that older style architecture. And something that you have to keep in mind is you're going to probably have to do some updating with it unless somebody already has for you. Now, another con about the housing is that it is a little pricey, but along with that, homes do fly off the market very, very quickly. It is a popular spot, so you do have people that are ready and able to buy immediately, and they do. They'll see it that day, they'll put an offer, and these houses are off the market in 2-3 days. And that's houses, if you're an investor, that's duplexes, because there are many duplexes here, which is very unique as well. It creates a very nice opportunity for investors, both experienced or new, to get into the market and have that, that 2-floor living and that opportunity to really get into the investment side of things. Lakewood is really great for that. But along with this, and along with the old style, something you do get, or that you don't get with Lakewood, Ohio, are what you might think of as a traditional neighborhood, right? So with the older style, you don't have cul-de-sacs in Lakewood. So if you need to live on a cul-de-sac, you're not gonna find that in Lakewood. You're gonna find the parallel and the perpendicular living. So right, we're gonna go like this and just like this. If you just think of a grid, you're gonna have that mostly throughout Lakewood, and you're gonna see a lot of, the street parking. Because of this, you're not gonna find those windy and turny neighborhoods that have grand entrances and a cul-de-sac at the end. Not so much. You will have some streets too here in Lakewood, which can be a negative, are cut-throughs for a lot of people. So sometimes there are some streets with a little higher volume of cars coming through, which if you have younger children, may not be the best spot, those streets specifically for you, which is okay though, because there are other spots that are very safe, not that it's not safe, but that have less volume, less cars coming through, which is great. But it's something to note. Again, with this and with the older style neighborhoods, you have density, which can be a kind of a negative for people. It depends on how you enjoy living, but the con in this aspect is that you're pretty close to your neighbor. Again, going back to the plots, you're not gonna get the biggest land, so you do have to be okay with looking left and right and seeing your neighbor and being okay with that. But there is obviously there are ways to make this a little bit more private. You just have to understand you're not going to be finding the biggest land. You still have backyards, you still have your garage, but you won't necessarily have, let's say, an acre or even maybe a half an acre in Lakewood, Ohio. Overall, Lakewood, Ohio offers a really unique blend of suburban charm and urban convenience. It makes it a great choice for new home buyers, for those with families, or even retirees. There's a spot for everyone in Lakewood, Ohio. Of course, there are some cons that we covered that may keep you from wanting to move here, like the smaller plots, the older homes, the density, or even the street parking, or the, non-traditional neighborhoods that you might think of with a grand entrance in some areas. So these are things that you have to take into consideration because in the end, it has to be the right fit for you and your family. So please, just give me a call, a text, or schedule a time to speak, and we can really find where that might be for you, whether it's Lakewood, Ohio, or somewhere else in the Cleveland area. Also, if you're from Cleveland, Ohio, Lakewood, Ohio, or you just know anything about the information, share that in the comments below. Anything that I might have missed, I would love to see it. I would love to hear about it. I would love for others to be able to see that as well so that they can have the most information possible going into a call or just to have that information to make an educated decision about moving here. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.